Hi, my name is Aaron Antone. I'm the music director here at Granite Springs Church. And I guess I'm also a songwriter and a drummer, a drummer and a musician. And we're going to talk about my Psalms album a little bit today.
Aaron, why the Psalms?
The Psalms to me were a natural fit for songwriting, and I think one of the main reasons is because they're sort of already songs. They're at the very least poems, but when they're just so conducive to melody, I feel, and so conducive to verse, that it made a lot of sense to use them in terms of songwriting, an inspiration for songwriting because of their structure. So that's like one reason. Maybe a more sort of a deeper reason is their deep connection to who we are as humans and who God is, and our relationship as humans to God. So when you have something, so when you have words and poetry that's so deeply connected to who we are and to who God is, it's just and to what the human experience is on a broken earth. That's a pretty solid place to land in terms of creating art for worship.
Where do the melodies come from? How do you compose your songs?
I'm not going to say anything about that. I won't tell you my secrets. My for melodies and like where do songs come from is such an interesting question to ask a songwriter, because I think there are probably a million songwriters and a million answers. But I know that and different songs can come from different places. For me, I think some of my favorite songs start with solid melodies, because they are sort of a solid melody is a very powerful way to convey a message. People hear a good melody and they will be kind of singing it. You have a song in your head that's stuck there for a long time. It's usually because the melody is really good and really memorable. So for me, that's an important place to kind of hang the truth, is on a good, memorable melody. So, but if you want to get really nerdy about it, it's often, for other musicians out there, it's often takes the place of something within a pentatonic scale. So there are pentatonic scales all over the piano, but a really nice one is the F sharp pentatonic scale, because it's just the black keys. So if you know Amazing Grace, you can play the melody of Amazing Grace entirely in the pentatonic scale, just with the black keys. If you have a piano at home, give it a try.
What's your hope for your music?
My hope for my music is really, I think a lot of artists would say they just need to create, like creative people need to make stuff. And for me, that's like one main reason. So my hope is that I can make things. And I would just make them for myself or for God, and that would just could be the end of it. I have this sort of extreme blessed situation that I'm in, where I have, as a music director, I can sort of invite the congregation, my home congregation, to learn and to sing and to go on this kind of songwriting journey with me. And so we do a lot of singing of my songs here at Granite Springs Church. So in that way, my biggest hope for my music is that it's sung not only here, but hopefully anywhere that people feel a connection with the Psalms, or a connection with expressing worship in this form.
How do you know a song or album is finished?
A song is never finished. I heard there are definitely, you can do endless tinkering. I think any creative pursuit has kind of this problem where you could work on something and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until you think that it's perfect. But I've learned over the years, there's trying to perfect something will keep it from ever being finished. So I think a song is finished when I can't take it anymore. I will often have I'll start with a process often for me is I'll live with a psalm for a while, and then I will have ideas for the psalm that I'll write down and or record. I'll come back to it. I'll put it away for a while, and I'll come back to it and see how I feel about things. And maybe some of those melodies that felt naturally initially didn't, and I'm gonna have to go back and tweak them a little bit. If I feel like I'm tweaking something too much, that's usually a bad sign that I've overworked a song. So a finished song usually doesn't take as long as an unfinished song. Does that make sense at all? Maybe. But I could tweak it and tweak it and tweak it, but it will not be what it was at the beginning, and never be really what I wanted it to be. That's a big long roundabout answer, but for my particular album, the Psalms, which is called For the Director of Music, Singing Our Psalms, I knew that was done when I felt like I had a really complete sort of representation of all the kind of different types of psalms there were for the church to be singing. So that's how I knew that collection of songs was done. But in terms of an individual song, definitely depends on the song and how much I'm into it. This is, I'd like to play Psalm 22 for you. So this is my song called Will You Deliver? And if you've got some familiarity with the Bible, you know that this is the psalm that Jesus cries on the cross shortly before his death. Oh God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Is this psalm that he quotes. So I thought in terms of the powerful connection between being human and us relating to God as humans, I thought it doesn't get too much better than this psalm. Oh my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me? Lord above, I cry out by day, but you do not answer. Lord above, I cry out by night. Do you hear my voice? Raging lions, here to end me. I've been surrounded. I am empty. Swords are falling. I am crawling in the dust. Oh Lord, will you